Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Elena. She was known as the Virgin of the village because of her kind heart and gentle spirit. Everyone loved her, and she was always ready to help others. Elena had long, flowing hair that shone like gold in the sun, and her smile could light up the darkest days. Elena lived with her grandmother, who was wise and told stories of old times. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky with colors of orange and purple, Elena sat beside her grandmother. "Tell me a story about love," she said, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. Her grandmother smiled and began, "Many years ago, there was a beautiful prince named Adrian. He was brave and strong, but he had a heavy heart. He was searching for true love, but he was also searching for something deeper, a pure heart." Elena listened intently, her heart racing. "What happened, Grandma?" she asked eagerly. One day, her grandmother continued, "Prince Adrian heard of a virgin in a distant village who was said to have a heart as pure as gold. He decided to find her. He rode his magnificent horse through forests and over mountains until he reached our village." Elena's heart swelled with excitement. "What did he find when he got here?" "When he arrived, he saw you," her grandmother said, chuckling softly. "You were picking flowers in the meadow, and your laughter floated through the air like music. The prince was amazed by your beauty and kindness. He knew in that moment that you were the one he had been searching for." Elena felt her cheeks turn red. "But what if he didn't love me back?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "True love is not just about looks, my dear. It's about understanding and sharing your heart," her grandmother replied wisely. "Prince Adrian approached you and told you about his journey. He shared his dreams and fears, and you listened with an open heart." Elena imagined herself meeting the prince, feeling the warmth of his smile and the strength of his words. "And then what happened, Grandma?" "They spent time together, exploring the village and helping the people. They planted trees, fixed roofs, and shared stories by the fire. As the days passed, their bond grew stronger. They laughed, they cried, and they learned from each other." Elena felt a flutter of hope. "But what about the challenges?" "Every story has challenges." "Ah, yes," her grandmother said, nodding. "One day, a dark sorceress came to the village. She was jealous of the love between the prince and the virgin. She cast a spell, hoping to separate them forever. The village fell into shadow, and the people became sad." Elena listened with wide eyes. "What did the prince do?" "Prince Adrian, with a brave heart, sought the help of wise elders and traveled to find a way to break the sorceress's spell. He faced many dangers, but he never lost hope. He remembered the love he had for you, and it gave him strength." Elena felt a rush of admiration for the prince. "What about me? What did I do?" "You stayed strong in the village, inspiring others to believe in love and hope. You sang songs, shared smiles, and brought light to the darkness. Your pure heart was the key to breaking the spell." Elena's heart swelled with pride. "And did it work?" "Yes, my dear. The prince returned with a magic flower that could defeat the sorceress. With your love and the flower's power, they confronted the sorceress together. They reminded her of the beauty of love, and in that moment, her heart softened." Elena felt a sense of joy. "Did she change?" "She did," her grandmother said. "The sorceress realized that love was more powerful than jealousy. The village returned to its former glory, and the prince and the virgin's love blossomed like the flowers in spring." Elena sighed happily. "What happened next?" "They decided to build a home together, where love would always be present. They lived happily ever after, surrounded by the warmth of their love and the laughter of their children." As her grandmother finished the story, Elena felt a spark of hope in her heart. She believed in love and the power of a pure heart. From that day on, she promised to always be kind and to love deeply, just like the virgin in her grandmother's story. Seasons passed, and Elena grew into a beautiful young woman, known for her kindness and courage. The villagers admired her, and many young men came to seek her heart. But Elena waited, for she believed in true love. One summer day, a traveler arrived in the village. His name was Lucas, a gentle soul with eyes that sparkled like stars. He was not a prince, but he had a heart full of dreams. He wandered through the village, helping people and sharing stories of his travels. Elena noticed him helping an old man carry wood and teaching children how to fish. She felt drawn to his kind spirit, and soon they began to spend time together. They shared laughter and dreams under the stars, and Elena found herself falling for him. But deep down, she remembered her grandmother's story. Was Lucas the one she had been waiting for? She decided to be honest with him. "Lucas, I feel something special between us, but I believe in true love. I want to know your heart." Lucas smiled softly. "Elena, I feel the same. I have traveled far and wide, but I have never met anyone like you. Your kindness and light make me believe in love." Their connection deepened, and Elena knew she had found someone special. They spent days exploring the beauty of the village together, sharing their hopes, dreams, and fears. They learned from each other and grew closer with every moment. But one day, a shadow fell over their happiness. The sorceress from her grandmother's story returned, seeking revenge. She was angry that Elena had found love and was determined to break them apart. The villagers were scared, and whispers filled the air. "What will we do?" they asked. "The sorceress is back." Elena's heart raced. She remembered her grandmother's story and the strength of a pure heart. She knew she had to be brave. "We must stand together," she said to the villagers. "Love is stronger than any darkness." With Lucas by her side, Elena rallied the villagers. They shared stories of love and hope, reminding each other of the strength they had when united. The sorceress watched as the villagers found courage and joy, and her heart began to soften. Elena then stood before the sorceress. "You can choose to join us," she said. "Love can heal even and the darkest hearts." The sorceress hesitated, her anger fading. She saw the love around her and felt a warmth she had long forgotten. Slowly, she stepped forward. "I want to change. I want to know love." With that, the darkness lifted, and the sorceress transformed into a kind woman. The village rejoiced, and love filled the air. Elena and Lucas stood together, their hearts beating as one. They realized that true love was not just about finding someone special, it was about sharing kindness and helping others. They decided to build a home where everyone was welcome, a place filled with laughter and love. Years passed, and Elena and Lucas lived a life full of joy and adventure. They had children who carried on their legacy of love and kindness. The village thrived, and the story of the Virgin's heart became a cherished tale, passed down from generation to generation. And so, in the heart of that small village, Elena's spirit lived on, reminding everyone that love, in all its forms, could conquer even the darkest of nights. The Virgin's heart became a symbol of hope, showing that with kindness and courage, anything is possible. In the end, Elena learned that true love is not just a fairy tale. It is a journey that requires bravery, compassion, and an open heart. And as she looked into the eyes of her loved ones, she knew that her heart would always be a beacon of light in the world.